All right, this is Pappy Come On Freeman broadcasting from the DC Convention Center at the 13th annual DC Green Festival. We at Radio Media sponsor. You know, we're located on the radical side of Martin Luther King Avenue. Honored to be sitting here with I said DC legend. She's going to tell you what she really is, but I just like to say that it's an honor to be sitting here with somebody I've spent a great deal of time like listening to, blasting out my car, agreeing with, screaming at the radio. My homegirl, Steph Lover. Steph, say what's up to people.
What's up, WEAC Radio? Southeast on the radical side, huh?
On the radical side with the BYB hat.
Yeah, I'm just Lola's mom at the moment. That's what I'm focusing on. My baby girl just turned 10, so I'm halfway home, feeling good about that. So looking forward to the next 11 years before I let her loose.
Okay. All right, so you happy Mother's Day.
Thank
you. Yeah, I'm celebrating my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, that's right. Hold up. Yeah, me and Stevie Wonder. That's right. The Green Festival is about the Angry Black Man in Therapy. We decompressing. It's a stress-free zone. It's the green and the black. Green and black. Now, Steph, all right, you're at a pivotal moment in your career and your life. What's next? What's next for you? And what do you think is the future for radio in the nation's capital?
Me personally, for me, a lot more TV. You know, radio is really my passion. It's my love. I like talking shit. Like, that's just me. I like spitting the facts, I should say. I like representing the facts and, communicating that to the masses. But sometimes, you always in transition. In this entertainment business, you always thinking about the next and what's next. And right before me, what's next here is this podcast I have with Clinton Portis, famed running back from the Washington Redskins. I don't know if you know, I'm also a sports journalist. So I've been doing that for a few years. Started in New York, covering the Knicks, doing play-by-play up at Dyckman in the park, stuff like that.
Who you got?
The NBA, Golden State, Steph Curry with the shot, baby. What's up, mama? Steph Curry with the shot, So that's directly next. I always, was a big sports lover. Actually, when I was with the Live Squad, I had a hip-hop show with Chris Webber, and that's kind of where it started. Chris had injured his shoulder, and he just, needed something to do to get his mind off of all the BS they was hitting him with. And I was like, yo, let's do a hip-hop show. And the exchange was, me teaching him really, he's a hip-hop head anyway, he's a producer, but the in-depth, I love the history of hip-hop. And he taught me sports, and that's really where my love of sports came, from, reporting and the backside. So that's where I'm at with it right now. I mean, we got a couple other things in the fire. I have a T-shirt line I'm about to drop. It's called Hip Hop Quotables, H2QTs. The first.
What's one of the quotables that you're
the first one's called I'm Old School Like, and
okay.
Yeah, and it's like you old school like, and then you name a bunch of old clubs in DC. I'm old school like the Ritz. I'm old school like Chapter 3. I'm old school like, you know what I mean? So we got those rolling out end of the month. And then we got Chocolate City Lover. That's me, because that's my hashtag. Even though it's more like Mocha Lover, Mocha City right now. That kind of stuff. I'm a 90s baby. I love that vibe. That's when I really first got on the radio in 97, I think, 98, 97, yeah. And, that's the vibe I'm going with. I don't feed into too much of the political, BS that goes on here in the nation's capital. As far as, on the radio side, I've worked on pretty much both stations, most recently with WPGC, but I feel like what I'm trying to do, my brand is beyond radio, That's my safe place, but I'm not scared to venture out, I was on Love and Hip Hop last year. My homegirl Remy, I caught the bouquet in her wedding. Yeah, that's me. I'm up next, baby. I'm next. Nah. So that's where I'm at, really.
All right, so the hip-hop quotable, you said I'm old school like the Ibex, all right?
Exactly.
All right, rocking the BYB hat right now, and I was in the house the night that Big G got shot on stage, and backyard band kept playing, and the band kept playing, okay? But, I'm old school like Breeze's Metro Club. Oh my goodness, and you got Ibex on joint. Oh, we're gonna do a close-up on that one. Yeah, we're gonna do I want that one right there. I want that one extra large right there. Extra large right there.
That feeling back, that feeling when I was on 1580 AM, you know, the Live Squad, that feeling, like, I feel like they lost that feeling here in the city. Like, everything's a money grab. Everybody's regentrifying everything. Like, God damn, what's going on? What happened to the love? Where's the love at? You know, that's why we used to always end the show with, you know, if anything else, you know, the Live Squad loves you. If nobody else does, you know? Coming back here, it's like the energy's different. You know what I'm saying? It's weird, and you know, hopefully I'm gonna try to just wield all my powers and try to bring it back to the love, because I don't really see a lot of that here. I see a lot of solo movements, you know. It's crazy.
I think it says a lot about you and the type of person you are that you here at the DC Green Festival, you know, just kind of like adding some light to an event such as this that's talking about issues that we should all be concerned about, but a lot of the commercial outlets are not concerned about. They just about the entertainment, but you about making a difference and making a contribution. I think that speaks volumes to you as a person, as a woman that's been here. I just want to thank you for that and the opportunity to speak with you on an independent outlet, WEAC Radio here. But yeah, absolutely.
While you on the health tip, you know, we're partnering up with AmeriHealth, and we're doing some great things throughout the summer. We're doing pop-up fresh fruit stands. So you could get fresh vegetables, fruit. I mean, just because, you know, a lot of vegetables and fruit and stuff is grown in hot places, California, Florida. By the time they get here, they all pesticided up. So we're growing this right here in greenhouses, STEM technology, and we're bringing them right to the communities. And I'm partnered up with AmeriHealth. They're gonna, you know, be involved with that because they have over 100,000 members here in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. My motto is health is wealth. I had a health and fitness forum a couple of months ago, and we're gonna continue that. You know, sexy for spring, sexy for summer. And it's not about being physically sexy. It's about that feeling when you be like, woo, I got it. They can't, you know, can't stop me. That's feeling sexy. You sexy about your life. Not, it doesn't always have to be a physical sexy kind of thing. It's just like, you know, boom, them chucks is sexy, baby. You doing it. You know, it's a feeling. And that's what I keep, you know, 360 trying to bring that feeling back. And for me, it starts with health. You know, when I feel good, it's usually because I'm eating right. My mind is in a good space. You know what I'm saying? When your mind is cluttered, you feel your life is cluttered. You feel weighed down. So in addition to that, up at Berry Farms, we're going to be doing something for a good friend of mine, Ill Will. He passed away. We're going to have, AmeriHealth's going to come out, and we're going to have, like, you know, a lot of African-American people don't like to donate. So Will needed a kidney, and we need more of that, you know, donation awareness. So we're going to do that, have a little basketball game. Hey, just follow me, Steph, LOVA 100. I'm going to start blasting out information, but, you know, I'm bringing it to you first. These are some of the things that I'm working and planning on bringing to fruition because, you know, Will was a DC guy. He was all about the community. You know what I mean? He was a good friend of mine. He was my daughter's godfather, and he deserved it. He was always out. You know, when I worked at KYS, he was like the community guy. Everybody knew Ill Will, you know, and I want to make sure they remember a lot of the good things he stood for, helping out artists, you know, always being like, you know, ready to rock with the movement, you know? He would have been on board from day one with you. And, you know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. He was that kind of guy. So we want to start, you know, giving some of that back. You know, got Howard Homecoming coming. Hopefully it's going to be a lot different in 2017.
Okay. All right. So that was dope right there. That was dope right there. I just want to say that, yeah, absolutely. I just want to say that, you know, the advent of all these dialysis centers in our community, you know, when you said you know, kidney issues, whatever, that's definitely a barometer measuring how unhealthy our community is. Dialysis centers all over the black community. That is a green issue. That's an environmental issue. Our water, some of it is still, you know, contaminated. We got lead pipes, you know what I mean? Yeah, Detroit, Flint water crisis. Shout out to Black Millennials for Flint. You know, and people are now threatening to lose their house because they're not paying for the water bills for the poison water. I mean, like, it's crazy because one of the things that was told to me directly from a resident in Flint was that they actually wanted the poor people out of Flint so that they can get the land to turn into a college town, because it used to be a General Motors College. I think it changed the name to something else. And it's all about a land grab. That's why we see gentrification here and every other urban center around the country. And a lot of our kids got asthma. That's a direct result of the air quality in their communities, being close to metro stops and that type of thing. So, in the last words, Green Festival, Steph Lover, We Act Radio. What do you want people to know and follow you right now? Your contact information one more time, and then repeat that one more again about the health is wealth, and that also the old school T-shirt. I'm DC old school like.
No doubt. Yeah, I'm old school like. That's the H2QTs. Like I said, hit me up, Steph LOVA 100. DM me directly. We just rolling them out, so I got to be hands-on. You heard what Oprah said, sign all your checks. You dig? And she told Tony Braxton that 20 years ago. I never forgot that. So that's where I'm at with that. We got the podcast blasting off at the top of June with me and Clinton Portis. That's called Hard Hats and High Heels. So look for that. And personally, me, you know, I'm here in the DMV. If you need me, holla at me. You got some music, Steph LOVA 100. I want to hear what the DC metropolitan area has to offer. I'm out here. I would love to work with some artists, you know what I'm saying? Some independent artists, see what they got going on, see how we could build, because that's what it's all about, is, you know, building together. And health is wealth. That's the motto. If you're out here, live a healthy life, because if you ain't got a dime, talk to a sick millionaire and ask him, what would he rather have? All them M's or his health? You already know the answer.
Well, Steph Love, let me just say, girl, you've been celebrating 29 for a couple of years and you still look great. You know what I'm saying? So health is definitely working with you. Thank you. And I just want to say, man, continued success on your terms. You definitely do not have a face for radio, so you deserve to have a career outside of radio. I wish you the best. Let's stay in touch. Let's make something happen. And you remember here, We Act Radio, do something. Health is wealth. Green Festival, y'all. Yeah. Still coming back to you, DC Green Festival, 13th annual, We Act Radio, broadcasting right here. And I'm joined by...
Hey, I'm Dana Ruggiero, and I'm the director of The Story We Want. It's the new series as my climate listening project.
Now, you had a film screening today.
Yeah.
All right, now tell us about the film. How long is the film? What was the responses from the film? And some of the obstacles in making the film.
So I basically traveled to 8 states around the country for this latest series. This is a 5-part series featuring women across America who are taking action, and they are fighting back against a culture of extraction. They're fighting against oil and gas industries, coal ash in their communities, and climate change impacts that we're already seeing across America right now. So I showcase these stories because they are taking action and they are winning, and it's all about telling the story we want and telling these stories, because nobody else is going to tell our stories for us, and it's all about sharing these stories of hope. And so this 5-part series is the latest in my climate project. I showed it today here at greenfestivalproject.org or on Facebook. Moms Clean Air Force is my partner for this one, and we're giving them out to the community so people can use them to start conversations or accelerate conversations right in their own communities.
Now, what has been some of the obstacles in creating the film? You know, I'm an aspiring filmmaker myself, and We Act Radio is an independent platform for all things independent. Independent artists, independent filmmakers, independent music. So what was the obstacles that stood in your way that you was able to overcome to create this independent film?
So I've been, you know, I was in front of the camera for many years. I used to take animals on TV. I used to go on TV and talk about a lot of things. And so I decided, you know, like 6 years ago to start listening. You know, I think that an obstacle today generally is the fact that, you know, it's like, it's not about me and my film, you know, it's about the communities that I listen to and lifting them up. And so I think that an obstacle for me is always like, trying not to be, you know, even doing this interview, it's hard. It's hard for me, you know. I'm the connector. I'm the filmmaker. And so I try to lift other people up. I try to share their stories. And basically, I think that an obstacle for anybody is getting those stories out, making sure that they're in the right hands, making sure that we can get these networks to listen, people to listen, and to realize they're not alone. You know, oftentimes people think I shouldn't share my story, or, you know, I'm alone in this. And we're going to realize that there are other people people across America that are dealing with the same impacts, from the oil and gas industries, dealing with the coal ash, dealing with the climate change. We're already seeing impacts from climate change across America right now. And so people are acting. We act. I want to show these stories. And so I think that, I've had an opportunity to get funding to go out on the road. I traveled around the world. I traveled around America for 3 years now with the Climate Listening Project. And I try to connect, stories about farmers with conventional farmers. I try to connect stories about faith with faith leaders and people at churches, try to get them in the right hands. And so I think that there's a lot of noise out there. There's a lot of division right now. It seems like we're all divided. You got to pick a side or something, but it's about the connections that really connect us. So for me, I think that it's making sure that I'm lifting these people up, because the things that connect us are generally more powerful than the things that divide us in the end.
All right. I would say that I think it's always been divisions. It's just now I think it's a requirement to choose a side. And, Trump is not welcome here. That's what side I'm on. But what has been the response to the film that the people saw today? What was the response like today? And then how can people promote and support your work?
The thing for all that I hope is that people will see the film and be inspired to share their stories. And that's what I'm hearing today. That's what I'm hearing. Anytime that people see the videos, they are more empowered to share their own stories. They're more empowered to realize that they're not alone. Moms Clean Air Force is my partner for this series. And there are 1 million moms that are a part of the Moms Clean Air Force. So you're not alone, So trying to connect up with the people that are close to you in your local community is important, So I try to get the word out. I'm here at Green Festival today trying to show the film, talk to folks like you, meet new friends, get out there, connect these stories from across America with people that will be empowered by them, So you can find all of these stories. It's a 5-part series, and you can see it on climatelisteningproject.org, or you can connect up on Facebook at Climate Listening Project.
All right, you heard it right here, live at WEAC Radio, DC's Green Festival, 13th annual, broadcasting to you. This event is still going on Saturday and Sunday this weekend at the DC Convention Center. Hope to see you here. If not, we catch you next time. Check out her work. Check us out. Make sure you stay woke and stay green. WEAC Radio. Do something. All right. This is WEAC Radio, broadcasting live at the 13th annual DC Green Festival. I'm joined by one of the illustrious, celebrated, most successful programs on WPFW 89.3 FM. It is the one and the only Esther Iverem, Fridays at 10 a.m. Check her out. But today she's representing her artistic side. She's doing a left side brain, right side brain. Now talk about your work and the connection of your work with the Green Festival.
Well, I came down here with my project Olokun of the Galaxy, and this is one of my dolls. They're all made out of pants, and they're all inspired by Olokun, which is a Yoruba spirit. It's a water spirit. So they're all dedicated to water is life and the movement for Black lives. A lot of people, African Americans, have adopted the spirit Olokun because Olokun governs the deepest part of the oceans. She governs the part of the oceans where the bones of our ancestors settled after being thrown overboard during the Middle Passage, the Ma'afa. And so I've embraced this spirit as a spirit that talks about water is life, and to embrace the movement for Black lives.
I'm glad to hear someone use the phrase water is life other than the DC Water Company. Okay, correct. So thank you for using that because it is. It's a human right. It should not be a commodity. Your work is speaking to that. I think it speaks volumes to the modern day issue of Flint water crisis and lead water crisis in many cities. And Standing Rock, people who was fighting for water rights, and the water protectors been hosed down by water hoses in freezing temperatures like they were, kids in the civil rights movement in the 60s, and we still see history repeating itself. So water is an ever-growing issue. Forbes magazine said years ago that it's the blue oil, it's the new oil. And so I just want to say that says weight to your work that you're taking that issue on. So thank you for doing that. And again, we had the 13th annual DC Green Festival. Your work is speaking to one of the issues, one of the largest issues of facing the green economy right now. So having said that, and you're you're too humble, in the words of Kendrick Lamar, to promote your own work on your own show on PFW. So how can people support your work if they don't come down to the DC Green Festival to purchase your work now? How can they support this, and how can they contribute and get one of these and spread your message and the creativity that you use to address this issue?
Okay. So I've started to do more shows and exhibits. So until June 4th, 2017, I have a show up at the Den at the Anacostia Arts Center. Tomorrow, I'm not sure when this will air, but I will be at the Grant Avenue Festival in Tacoma Park, Maryland. And I am launching an Etsy shop. So this is kind of like my way of launching it, doing these different events. So it's under my name right now, Esther Averum, but it may change to Legacy Quilts and Art, which is my company. And I also have my own site, if you ever can't find me any other way, under Esther Averum, and that's ESTHERIVEREM. And I'll always have links up to the different things that I'm doing, including the radio show, my longtime digital project, SeeingBlack.com, my books, as well as my visual arts.
All right, Esther Averum, a longtime DC independent journalist. I'm honored to call you a friend and a comrade. It's been a pleasure being with you as an artist as well. Looking forward to seeing a lot more coming from you, and thank you for the work you do on behalf of the PFW, because you deliver one of the most qualitative programs every week in the nation's capital. And I'm just honored to have you sitting here with us on this platform. First I had Steph Lover, now I got you, and I respected both of you sisters for various different reasons, and was just honored to have both of you on today. Thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me. Come on.
All right, we at Radio Do Something. DC Green Festival, health is wealth, and water is life.